Bonjour! Today I want to share with you a haul where I put the cons and pros on my online shopping experience and shopping in-store. What are my rules and my thought process while shopping in-store. It all started when I got my hands on this one. This is a Maison Margiela tassel pom-pom bag keychain that was from 2012 Resort collection. And I loved it, but I never got it when it was available in store. Call it destiny, but I found it on the outlet of Saks here in Mexico. I don't live in Mexico City, so what I did was text the sales associate and make the transaction. I had to make the deposit, and she shipped it to my home in 2 days. And that's when I was like, oh, it was totally worth it, even though it was already high in price, but I got it on a 60% discount, which was still kind of higher than I would have liked to pay for, but I didn't have to pay for extra shipping. And then 2 days later, I found it on eBay for a quarter of what I paid for, plus shipping. It's coming from Australia, and I knew I have to convince the seller to ship it to me to Mexico. And it would be a very jacked up price. Once I got a pair of boots at $50 and I had to pay $65 for shipping from Australia, and that experience alone took 2 months for them to get here. So I was like, is it worth it? Because I got almost immediate gratification when this one came. The other one, I don't know if it would have ever gotten to me. So I mean, I'm still battling if it was worth it. For mental sanity, probably. This was way more worth it because I didn't have to be wondering if it got lost, if it's coming, if it's whatever. I know that Maison Margiela is not a brand. It's not easily counterfeited. If you're looking for tabby boots, you're gonna find counterfeit. So don't buy those obviously overhyped by the media products online. Basically, don't. Because you have no guarantee that all of the money that you put towards a product is going to be worth it, because if you're trying to see it from an investment perspective, you have no warranty it is the real deal. And if you're trying to see it as, you know, just purchasing whatever you want at all costs, you're paying for fakes, and you're paying full price for what a real one would be for a thing that is probably not real. So, like the pom-poms from Fendi, do not buy it online. You will get a counterfeit. If you look for a pom-pom, a Fendi pom-pom on eBay, you're not going to get a good deal because people are trying to make a profit, and they probably had to pay full price. I mean, these places don't go on discounts, so they're not going to be cheap and cheerful. And if they're in a price that it's too good to be true, it probably is. Stay clear from items that are the holy grail of the season. Know what you want, know what you're looking for, and be realistic. If it didn't show up today, check in 5 more days. If you find something that interests you, add it to the watch list. It's always smart to add them, and do not impulse shop. Do not impulse click. You may find a better option later on, probably a pair of shoes that was 2 sizes too big, and you will find it on your perfect size, just $20 more. But is it gonna be worth it to get like useless pair of shoes? Being there on that. Or spending that extra and being a happy camper. I know my limits, and I know which kind of shoes I can make it work to a certain extent of a size, because if you know me, I have the Cinderella stepsister syndrome, where I have shoes from various sizes and I just make them work. Be it with doubling up on socks or insoles, I make it work. And talking about the watch list, when I found these pumps, they were on a buy it now option, and they were kind of higher to what I would have liked to pay for. I have set a limit for myself. I will not spend more than $300 on a pair of shoes, because I've done that, and most of my shoes, I have more than 100. It's not like I'm looking for that pair of shoes that I will wear and wear and wear. I'm looking for fun and different shoes, so if I find them under 300, I'm happy. I do not need to have the hot shoe of the season to have fun with my outfits. So I just go with the flow. If I didn't get it that year, I will probably find it next on eBay for hella cheaper. So when I first found these, they were like in a buy it now option, way more than I would have liked to pay, and then they were relisted on a bidding opportunity, and they started quite low. So I waited till 5 minutes for it to be finished, and yeah, I was the only bidder. I got it for around $100 for water skin Givenchy pumps. Hello. To match the pompon, I got these fringe booties, which are from the Maison Margiela. They don't have them Martin anymore. I know that from Maison Margiela, they fit my feet perfectly. I can walk a marathon in them and not get a single blister. But they have to be in my size. I cannot fool myself. I'm a 37. And I found these on my size, and they were brand spanking new. It had like I got a coupon for, I would like to say 20% off. Basically, I got free shipping for a black booty that I know that I will wear for years and years to come. I'm so happy. And on the same shoe note, 2 weeks ago, I went to Mexico City for a project. I was wearing this beautiful pair of Chloe boots that got me blistered, swollen, and bleeding. So it was really beautiful that I was walking like yeah, it was not beautiful at all. And I needed a pair of shoes immediately. I needed something to save me because I couldn't go any further. So I went to Palacio de Hierro, straight up to the shoe department. So Palacio de Hierro, I would like to compare to Harrods, Selfridges, Bergdorf's, Barney's. They have a shoe hall. So I was like, oh, yes. Chirps were singing and I was lifted from my misery. And I went straight to the sale wall because I was not going to pay full price for a pair of emergency shoes. I could have gone to Zara to get a quick fix, but I wanted to make it purposeful. Get a pair of shoes that I was not going to toss 5 minutes later, so I wanted to make a smart move. I think I did. Balenciaga studded flats. Flats are not my style at all. I kind of despise them. But when your feet can't be put into any other type of shoes because, let's face it, they hurt. These were like a glove. The leather is amazing. They were around the 150 mark according to the current conversion rate. I made the quick math and I was like, okay, please. The lady was kind of looking at me weirdly. I don't care what your opinion is about my feet. I'm happy I got them. I'm not too chuffed by the color, but that's probably why they ended up in sale. They're nice, but this is like a peachy, almost neon color, but against my swollen skin, they looked like they were part of my feet. They were that bad. I love a good bargain, so if I can, I know that bags I will not buy online. I will only buy at Palacio because I like to get it on a monthly payment roll. I know that I will be taking a lot of risk doing it online because God knows if it is real or fake. I like to make sure that with bigger investments, I go to the source and I do not play games because I've seen too many people being scammed online that I am just terrified. Why I like to shop in store, especially for Hermès, the ultimate luxury. I love collecting the Le Monde d'Hermès, this book magazine. I collect them. I find them super inspiring, beautiful photography. This thing is just worth a trip to the store, honestly. Yes, I got myself a carré. This was sort of an impulse buy. I try to make planned purchases, but this one, when I saw it, I knew that this was going to be a lifetime investment for me, for my closet, not for resale purposes, but because it was going to be something that I would be completely obsessed. I knew that if I walked out of the store, I would regret not getting this one because, believe me, there has been many carrés that I've left and I regret. So beautifully wrapped, and the tissue paper, which is just the standard. Isn't it ironic that the Hermès carrés are known for the printed silk and this one is black? Well, this is the carré foulard 100% soie de 90 cm. Éperon d'or bleu noir. The blackened blue. Oh my god. 90 centimeters. This is like too big for it to show. This is a bandana on. I thought that this looked luxe. The cool thing about going to the store, the lovely sales associate hooked me up with the knotting cards, and they come in a beautiful orange box, like a tiny box. And they are like a guide to how to wear your carré. And I have the app, but it's also always nice to have it in paper. Very lovely touch. If you go to the store, you're going for the full brand experience. You are going to enjoy the immediate gratification of a shopping experience. And if you're going on the online route, you're dealing with patience, basically. There's no other way for you to get the products on time. I mean, if God created the world in 7 days, do products really need to take that long for them to arrive? The answer is yes. Most of the times you will have to wait for longer than you would want, and especially if you're shopping internationally, you do not control the customs or your national or the country where it's coming from shipping system. I mean, it's just a gamble, basically. It's a trust game. You are trusting for the seller to ship the item and to be honest about what it's on the screen, and it will be your end result. So yeah. And if you need guidance or you have any question on how to or being smarter on eBay and getting what you want, don't hesitate and drop me a question. I will be so happy to help you, because that's one of the most asked questions I ever get. How did you manage to find those shoes? And I hate to say on eBay, but I know that if you log on to eBay, you will not find them. I know, it's hard. Just know what you like, what you want. Spend those extra minutes right before going to bed and scroll, and maybe you will find the holy grail you've been looking for all of these years. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, au revoir. I'm feeling very French with this haircut. Did you know that when I lived in Paris, I had the same haircut and I hated it? Oh man, I hated it. And then, look at me, 5 years after, I'm in the same place. But not in Paris, I mean I'm in the same hair place.